Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pull Up and Talk podcast. I'm your host, Oski O.
Your boy D-Day.
Shout out to my guy, E True.
What's up?
Hey, this is the place where we hold the biggest conversations in hip hop, sports, current events, and everything everybody talking about.
Yeah, you already know, man. No scripts, no filters. Just real comments, real conversations, man. Y'all know what's up.
Before we get to the good part, I got to give a shout out to Unusual Styles for keeping us fly with the fly t-shirts, hoodies, and the hats.
Yeah. Thank my brother, man, for keeping us geared up. You all talking about, wait.
Hey, but tonight, D-Day, I think we got one.
I think so.
You heard?
Yeah, man. We got the old man coming to sit down with the show. It's
the Godfather.
Yeah, this one gonna be different.
St. Charles.
This one gonna be different, man. Y'all better stay tuned, man, and man, hit that like button, man, that subscribe button, man. We're gonna tap back in with y'all in just about 5 minutes or so.
Godfather up next.
Yep.
I just want to show the hip hop world or the fans, the new fans, that I've been in this. This right here was 1994. That's when I got this. 1994. Got it from a dude in California by the name of St. Charles.
St. Charles is credited for being, you may have heard Master P and many others talk highly about him because that's my uncle, that's my mama's brother. You know what I'm saying?
Learned the music industry from E40 uncle, St. Charles. So St. Charles ended up showing me how to distribute my music throughout the whole Bay Area.
I released my third tape, Players in the Game. I was sitting in front of the Cougar. St. Charles officially was behind getting it out. So
Yo, everybody, welcome to the show, man. We got a great legend in the house tonight. We really want to give him his flowers. A Bay Area legend throughout this whole region, man.
Yeah, the whole region, you said?
The whole region.
The whole region.
I mean, if it wasn't for this guy, a lot of these guys probably wouldn't exist outside this region.
We're talking about facts.
I gotta bring y'all St. Charles.
Yeah, what you talking about, man? Yeah, we got the man in the building, man. Yeah.
St. Charles, we're gonna get right to it, man.
All right.
We're gonna get right to this thing. Hey, in the beginning, because a lot of people know the Soul Music Group, but they may not know, the story or the history behind it.
Okay.
What made you put that into play?
Well, I was a church boy back in the day. I'm still a church boy, don't get me wrong. Church man, church old man now. Right, but anyway. When I was about 8 years old, we used to go to church, right? The Baptist church in Vallejo. And I used to watch these guys play the instruments, the organs, the pianos, the drums. And I'm sitting there watching them going, this is very interesting. And it just sparked my interest in music. So after service, they put all the instruments down, they walk off the piano, they leave the, guitars in, I sneak over and start hitting the drums. Then I jump over the guitar, start playing and beating the piano, and the deacon come out, hey boy, stop that. Get out there. You know you ain't supposed to be doing that. I did that every Sunday. Every Sunday I was banging them instruments up, just doing what I was doing, listening to the choir, and then they invited me to be in the choir to sing. So I started singing some solos at the church. And so music really was imparted into me because my father, he was a tap dancer in the Navy. So he had a gospel group back in Louisiana. So they would go around singing, so he was a good singer. I watched a lot of things happen when I was a youngster. I said, you know what? One of these days I want me a record company. I used to say it all the time. And then I said I want me a record company. Then I got to the point where it says, I'm going to get me a record company.
Right.
Okay,
See, I had to go there. I'm going to get me a record company.
You had to speak into existence.
And so what I used to do, because I'm a graphic artist, I used to draw album covers. Because back then they had the albums and the covers and everything. And so I draw an album cover on I think they were 12 by 12s, you know, and put my name on there. Song by, back then they called me Chucky Thurman, song by St. Charles anyway.
Okay.
But then I go into the store, the record stores, and I put them on the shelf. I said, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have my records on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
So I put them in there, and then a manager called me one day. Hey boy, what you doing? I said, man, I'm putting my stuff on the store. He said, get out of here with that. I left, and I went to another store. I drew some more stuff, I put them on the shelf. So what I was determined to get where I wanted to go. So you gotta be determined to get where you wanna go. You can't just say it and then lay.
Right.
You gotta say it and play.
You gotta put that
That's
work.
right.
You gotta do it. Like you could be sitting at a piano. I'm gonna play this one day and never even move to play it.
Yeah.
Just sitting there with your arms out at the piano. You gotta just start playing, playing, playing. So doing all that, I said, I need a name of my company. So back then I said, you know what? I'm gonna call my record company Ideal Records. Okay, now remember, I'm only probably about 13, maybe 14, and I'm thinking like this.
Oh yeah, you have a vision early.
Yeah. See, you gotta think where you're going
Yeah.
and see where you're going.
Right.
But if you can't see where you're going, you're gonna bump into something. Now, what people bump into, they bump into the street, they bump into crazy stuff. Now they can't get where they're going because there's too many things hitting them in the head
Right.
and making them unconscious, mentally unconscious to get where they need to go. So in all that, I said, you know what? I'm gonna take these steps. So I said Ideal Records. So I was looking for some artists. Now here's a little boy, teenager looking for artists to design.
Yeah, you was before your time.
Exactly.
Right.
You was before your time.
Ain't got no money, just got a thought, just got a vision. Now guess what? A thought and a vision is money. People don't understand that when you got a thought and a vision, you got money.
That's right.
Man, I ain't got no money. That's a poor excuse. Because guess what? If you got a good product, money gonna find you. Money will find you.
Y'all heard that,
No,
girl?
I didn't. No, that nigga beat me
You
too.
can get out the mouth.
Did y'all hear what he said? Yeah, y'all need a notebook tonight, man. You need to
Hey,
take
for
a
real,
note.
this is some
Take
good game, man, good information from
All right.
a legend that
Plus-
y'all
plus
probably
I-
wouldn't even get this from.
Plus, I got a documentary coming out. It's called Dirt and Passion, and that's telling my whole story from the age 8 all the way. Okay, now, so I got this Ideal record company. Now, here's what happens. It's like the street. Let's take the streets. Okay, when I was selling weed, but it wasn't weed, it was Asian tea. And it smelled like weed.
Hey, wait a minute, Unc. I gotta stop you, man. You sure you want to tell him that?
No.
We wasn't no get into that, man. We got the man in the building. You heard him. I ain't gonna stop you, please. Come on. I'm sorry.
So I had this Asian tea that smelled just like weed. So I used to sell that in little matchboxes. Now, here's the thing. I'm telling them, now watch what the power of words do. You're going to get so high when you smoke this, man. You're going to be on Mars, Jupiter. You might even take a trip to Venus. But you're finna go out, man.
You selling them something.
Yeah. So they roll it up, they smoke it. Man, this is good. Then I see them next day, give me some more. So what I'm doing, I was selling an idea. I wasn't trying to be a drug dealer. I was just selling an idea that people believed in. I made them believe in. So it's like a girl. You meet a girl, you got to make her believe in you. You got to make her believe that you will take care of her. You got to make her believe that you love her. You got to do all this stuff. You got to tell them what you're trying to do.
Right.
See, that's why, I'm just getting the real thing. Pimps, that's why they got so many women. Most of your pimps is real ugly.
JoJo ass.
and then you wonder, how did that guy get that pretty girl? Right here. Okay, now let me twist this around. Now, you got a thought in your mind. You're speaking the thought out. The thought is creating things. Now look, at one time there was darkness all around the world. The Spirit of God came out and said, let there be light, and there was light. He didn't even touch nothing. You think about that. It was words. So when you carry your words with you that have power, you create stuff. Notice something. If we look in our back pocket, we got a wallet. What's in our wallet? A credit card. Credit cards is money. We got dollars and hundreds in our back pocket, right in our wallet. That means money is following you. It's in your back pocket, following you wherever you go. You ain't got to follow money. Money follows you. But people got to twist it. They talk about in their raps, oh, yeah, I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Okay. If you got your mind on your money, how you going to make money?
Right.
Think about it. You got to get your mind on a product. So here I am, a little 14-year-old dude trying to make something happen. So when I became the age of 16, I had this Ideal Records, and then I changed it to Thermoblast Music. Okay? So now I got a new company named Thermoblast Music. Oh, okay. Because my last name is Thurman, so I said, I put a blast to it. Thermoblast Music, and then distributing company. So I said, now I need to be a distributor. Now, why did I say I need to be a distributor? Because I watched these dudes bring in records, and that at that time we had 45s and the 78s, and they were bringing records in boxes and give them to the distributor. The distributor would distribute them around to the stores and what they call one-stops and wholesalers and brokers. So I met up with some mafia guys named well,
We keep that anonymous,
and they had some they had some jukebox companies. They had all the jukeboxes around in the area. I said, hey, can I bring y'all some records? They said, well, sure. Now here's a little 16-year-old boy trying to make deals with the mob guys that control stuff. I said, yeah, sure. So what I did, I started finding people that had 45 records so I could put in the jukeboxes. So I went to country and western people, I went to the blues people, I went to R&B, soul, gospel, I went to all the kind of
checking everybody.
people. Yeah. I said, look, I get your music on the jukebox. Yeah. Back then, the jukebox, put a quarter in, you hear the record.
That was a big thing, right?
No,
Yeah.
so hold up though, y'all. He said 45s.
45.
Now, a lot of y'all don't know that. We had to Google 45.
Yeah, 'cause they don't know
Like,
45 records.
So I want to
Yeah.
let you know, like right now, they don't know. They don't know what you're talking about. But don't worry about it. They had to tap into it.
Let me show you. The 45 is only about maybe a 7-inch vinyl record.
Exactly.
With a big hole in the middle.
Right.
So they call them 45s. And then the 78s were big records like you see now, but a little hole in the middle, but they went fast. And then you have the regular album. So you know, I would get these, bring them to the guy, these distributors, and put them on consignment. I said, okay, so y'all take 60%, I take 40. I said, okay, cool. Then I hooked up with a place called All Record Service. So they was hitting all the stores. See, the record service, what they would do was hit the stores and they would hit mid distributors. And the mid distributors would sell them to the stores. So there was a process.
Okay, so let me stop. We moving too fast. So you said you was taking your own product and stuff. So is this your record you taking this?
My record and other people's record.
Okay,
But mostly
okay.
mine. I was focused on my record.
Okay, all right.
Because my record was called Turn It Over and Tickets for Doomsday. That's my record. If you look that up on Google, you'll see Turn It Over by Chucky Thurman and then Tickets for Doomsday by Chucky Thurman. Now, Tickets for Doomsday, I'm playing piano in there. So I'm in there, you know, just working that piano. And then I'm singing a song, Tickets for Doomsday, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so a guy named Fat Joe, right? The rapper,
Yeah.
he sampled my Tickets for Doomsday. We're doing the deal now.
Shout out to Fat Joe.
Yeah.
With y'all.
Shout out to Fat Joe.
So he got my whole piano stuff, but all through his whole record.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's a nice song too.
You see how God worked on?
Yeah, see, nice,
Yeah.
very nice song. And so so with this Ticket for Doomsday, I'm pushing that. Then I start going to radio stations. Okay, I'm going to these radio stations and I'm saying, hey, program director, music director, you got any records that people send to you that y'all won't play or something? Said, yeah, boy, we got plenty of them over here. I said, let me see them. Can I have them? Yeah, you can have them because we ain't doing nothing with them. So I get those records. I contact the people who made them, say, hey, I can get your records in a bunch of jukeboxes and some stores. So I started hooking up with stores on consignment. I said, look, y'all could have some of this, and I could have some of this. Let's do it. So I go by and check. Say, you sold any? You know, and some of them try to crook me. I said, no, bro, look, read that paperwork I gave you. I gave you 10 records, and you talking about you ain't sold none, but I don't see none.
they all gone. Ain't no money.
I said, that's money, man. Don't try to cheat me. You know, they say, oh, well, you smart little boy. I said, no, I'm just a watchful little boy.
Right.
So,
Right. What year was this?
This was the year 1967.
Was that taking place in Will?
In Vallejo, California. And, you know, Vallejo had a lot of stuff going on there, but they had a lot of good musicians. So most of the people that was doing music was always looking up toward me. Hey, teach me this. I had a guy named Michael Cooper from Confunction. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, sir. I was raised around Michael Cooper.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he used to,
his kids.
yeah, he used to hound me. Teach me how to play. Teach me how to play. Every time I sing, teach me how to play guitar. Teach me. I said, okay, man, fine. I taught him how to play. Right today, he can tell you I taught him how to play.
Right.
So you know, those were the days when I was putting things together, trying to make things bigger. But I wanted to help people. I always wanted to help the unknown. And you say, why? Because I got kicked out of Capitol Records, RCA Records. I had a record. I took it down to them. They get out of here.
Wow, did you like that?
Yeah, they escorted me out with the security. Get out of
I
here.
said, walk me out
Man,
with
why
the
y'all doing
police.
that? And that also inspired me to have my own stuff.
Right.
See, like you got the independent guys today. Okay, we sold all this stuff out of the trunk. Now, they sold things out of the trunk.
Yeah, I
But
need
the other
I
part-
need you to explain that
Yeah,
game.
I'm gonna bust the game open.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
No, and guess what? Like, just what you just said, like, just on that note, it's like, so people don't know you was a musician first.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
people know you help people get their
Right.
music out, but now they know. Right?
Right.
Yeah,
Now
they
they
know.
know.
So
Now
that's
they-
where the love for it
Now
comes from.
they know that I'm a musician, a writer, and a singer. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, man,
there you go.
hey,
There you
man,
go.
man, hit that like button.
Hit that
man,
like button.
And that subscribe button, man.
Right now.
Man, we got the Godfather in the house tonight, man. Listen, man, we so excited, man. He explaining his journey, and y'all stay with us, man.
Yeah, man. So,
Right.
you know, what was happening in the music industry at the time that you started Soul Music?
Okay. I just wanna bust out the trunk thing real quick.
Let's do it.
Okay. A lot of guys, they get on podcasts and different things, YouTube. We sold out our trunk. Okay, y'all did sell out of your trunk, but you didn't sell no 100,000 records out of your trunk. Quit lying.
Okay.
You did not do that.
Okay,
You're lying.
okay.
Because the majors did not notify y'all or pay you any attention selling 20 CDs out of your trunk, 100 CDs. That sound scan was back then. So the majors was paying attention to sound scan. Oh, how many did sell? They just pull up the data and there it is. So a lot of these guys want to be these big shots. We sold out of our trunk. But why was my label and my logo on your record?
Wow.
See,
Wow.
it's on your record, but you want to tell everybody you sold out of the trunk. That's fine. But how did you get where you got? Easy. Some of these guys would come to me and had records already in the market. See, it's not just distribution, It's marketing and distribution.
Right.
And
Y'all
that's
heard
what we
that?
did.
Y'all
That's
heard
what we
that?
did, the marketing and distribution. You could have an ink pen that never run out of ink,
Mhm.
and if nobody don't know about it, ain't nobody gonna buy it.
That's right.
See, so distribution only puts it in a place where people can buy it. And marketing helps them know where you put it at.
Hmm.
So so all this trunk stuff, I don't care if they say they sold out of trunk, but tell the truth. You didn't sell no 100,000 records out of your trunk, 200,000 records out of your trunk. You came to me. Now listen to me. Y'all know who I'm talking about. You came to me.
Yes,
And
sir.
when you came to me, you had nothing. You might have had a few dollars, but in the music business, you were nothing. Nobody knew you.
Right.
You had records all piled out everywhere in the store, but nobody knew you.
Mm.
When you came to me, I put my marketing arm on you.
Yeah.
And then I put your stuff out there. And when it went out there, then we told people where to get it. We kept pushing it out and on and on and on. And that's how you got where majors came and said, we like what you're doing. We see your numbers. Majors come after you for the numbers. They ain't stupid. They see you sold. We had guys that sold 500,000 records. That's gold.
Mm-hmm.
Majors coming at it. We had this one group called Dayton Family.
Yeah, we know about that.
You know about the Dayton Family?
Yes, sir.
They came down, and a guy named Kerry Horde. He's a pretty cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they drove all the way down from Cincinnati, Ohio. They came to my office, and they had this record, and they had one song where you can't smoke for free.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a Dayton Family, right? So I'm listening to their record. They say, what you think, Saint? I said, I'm going to make some notes. I'm going to give them to you. I gave them the note. I said, go back home to your studio and do this on this note. Come back, and y'all going gold. They did it. They went, came back. I said, that's it. We sold, right away, we sold 150,000 of things right off the top. And then they headed toward the gold. And then that's when Relativity Records called them and said, hey, man, we want to get in. And that's how they got over there, by sales. Recognition of sales.
Right.
So the trunk thing is all right, but it ain't all what they said it was.
Yeah, everybody, yeah, okay. So basically, you was the machine.
I was a machine.
Like everybody talks about the machine. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people can't get forward without the machine.
Exactly.
You was the machine back then.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Omar, you heard me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
machine back then.
Hey,
Right.
hey,
All right.
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
All right.
But you put a lot of guys on from the Bay Area.
Yes, I did.
I mean, from the JT, the biggest figures,
Yeah. Yeah, I had
the San Quins.
San Quentin. Just about all the Bay Area. See, the Bay Area guys wouldn't get no recognition.
That's a fact. We just spoke
Yeah.
about that a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago.
They wouldn't get no recognition, so I said they needed Moses. So I became their Moses.
Hey, you did. You did. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
So I put them on, and so I had probably about 200 artists, unknown, because nobody was messing with the Bay Area. The Bay Area was like a desert, needing some help, needing some water. So I came in about the water. So everything started growing. So they were coming to me, bringing their product, doing what we were doing, and some of them became millionaires. Some of them did very well.
Yeah.
But see, the Bay Area had something that was pretty cool. They had the lyrics and they had the drum beat. Now, guess who had the bass? The South.
Right.
Okay, they called it bounce music down
Right.
south.
Yeah, loop.
Yeah.
With the 808
Right.
where everybody
Yeah,
just bouncing.
right.
So I said, I'm gonna mix these. So what I did, I took the Bay Area and the bounce, the 808. Now, the bounce bass 808 originated from the Mexicans. See, the Mexican music, you hear the boom, 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 boom,
Right,
boom,
right.
boom.
There's a lot of bottom on it.
Right. So I said, man, that sounds pretty good, man. So we could put this in there, then we got something happening. So I took the Bay Area, mixed it with the South, and we had good gravy right there.
You had your
Good
gumbo
grade.
mix.
Yeah.
You put your gumbo. You put him a gumbo
The
mix
mix was bad right there.
Yeah. It was right there.
Gumbo
So,
mix.
so everybody started paying attention to what Northern California was doing. See, LA was doing their own thing.
Yeah, that's
They had their own
Right.
thing, But when you look at it, the Bay Area had more talent than LA.
Mm.
The Bay Area is full of talent. Everybody was
Right.
just doing their thing, and so they had in LA they had the different Ruthless Records and a bunch of other things they were doing. But here's the deal: most of those guys didn't have control of their own label.
Right.
I put these guys in control. Everybody that came to me, I put them in control of that label. I had Capitol Records say, "Hey, Saint, won't you join up with us? And then you can still have all these guys, but then you join up with us." I said, "Man, I ain't gonna do that."
Right.
Right.
I said, "I'm making these guys entrepreneurs. I'm making them label owners. I'm making them label operators, and I'm gonna have them doing their own thing."
You change people's lives.
I changed their lives.
That's all we talking about, man.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
change people's
I didn't
lives,
sell
y'all.
out.
Right.
I changed. I said, "Look, let me teach you the game."
Right.
And those who stuck with it and learned the game, even now in other business they're doing, they can take the game that I showed them and use it.
Right.
Okay, but now then you come to a part where a lot of these guys want to take all the credit. You could see it on interviews and stuff. A lot they'll mention my name, but then they stop.
Right. Right.
They stop. "Oh, St. Charles, yeah, we got, yeah, he did." But the whole thing is, everybody, listen to this carefully. Everybody that came to me was dumb in the music business.
Hey, Gertie.
I'm gonna say it again. You were dumb in the music business. You had music, you had beats, you could rap, but you were dumb in the business part. Now, look at this. Look how I gave y'all a break. Watch this. I let you have your own publishing. I didn't take none of your publishing. Your writer's rights, your mechanicals. You had all that. I gave it all to you. I don't want